Hey everybody, welcome back to Tim Travels. Been a couple of days. I was home briefly, and I picked up my traveling companion, my 60-pound lap dog. Um, we're just hanging out at the terminal here in Illinois. We're going to be heading up to later this evening, heading back over to Indiana to pick up a load that's going up to South Dakota, and then I'm going to be back home this weekend for Easter. But anyway, I wanted to throw out a quick video. There's been some interesting news going on in our industry, and I've said this before, but it's kind of still I guess a seller's market. In other words, if you have the skill to drive a commercial motor vehicle, you can sell your services at a pretty high rate right now. Spot rates for dry van, which I think probably also drives a little bit of what goes on in reefer and in flatbed because of just how some cargo crosses over. Those spot rates are really high, and while fuel prices have ticked up recently, I still think that for any owner operator, you should be out driving. This is not a time to have your truck parked. I don't know what it's going to look like in 3 months or whatever, but that's the first thing. The second thing is, though, I got like many of you, I'm on, if you've applied through for a job through 10th Street or whatever, you always get recruiting messages and different stuff constantly, phone calls, texts, emails. So I got a text today from Crete Carrier, and they said they're starting people, and I assume this is experienced drivers. They're starting people at 59 to 65 cents a mile. That's significant for no other reason than Crete is a really big carrier. They have, 5,000 trucks. So they're bigger than a lot of big carriers, a lot of mega carriers. So, I don't know if Crete's trying to set the market. I don't know if they're trying to price out competitors on recruiting, but there are a lot of loads that are being turned down, or, if shippers are trying to find trucks for their loads, if they don't have contracts, and even if they do, sometimes stuff is getting turned down. So it sounds like it's a good time to be getting a job in this industry, but it's also a good time do you want to get down? What you doing? Okay. But it also sounds like it's a good time to, you want to look out the other window? All right, to be maybe changing jobs if that's something that you were considering. I know a lot of times people like to wait till after the winter so they can get, a couple 20,000 miles under their belt while it's with a new company, while it's, good weather. So anyway, just some thoughts there. It's an interesting time. The ship, it's Evergreen. I can't remember the name of the ship that has just been unstuck in the Suez Canal. And if you took a look at any of those pictures, you realize that's a lot of stuff on that ship. Supply chains are still tight. We're still in demand, so it's a good time to be a driver. And if you're looking to make a change, it might be a good time. Also, if I were an owner operator, and I look at the load board, so I kind of know, I've see some prices just because I'm always curious about that stuff. If I were an owner operator, I would, whatever somebody was quoting me, I would just add 10% to it and tell them that's the lowest you'll take. I don't know what that works out to be. I mean, you need to know what your break even is per mile. You need to know what your OR is, but I would just push it and see what I could get, because I see a lot of loads where I can tell it's probably the same load, but it's being put out in multiple ways, like using the using the search engines. So they'll have a van with a team, reefer or van, all for the same load, and they're just going to see who bites. So I just share that with you. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Be safe. There's going to be a lot of traffic on the roads this week, I think, and it's also construction season is starting right now. I came across the Indiana Toll Road today, and a lot of single lanes. So take it easy out there, and we will catch you next time on Tim Travels. Bye. Oh, Beatrice says bye too. Can you say bye, BB? Okay, there you go. All right.